Hey, so I just got off work, so I'm not sure how long this will be, but I've been asked to start posting some online yoga classes. So here's my first one. I will say, bear with me, I haven't taught in a good while, and also, I just got off work. And I can't record a video while simultaneously playing a playlist, so it's gonna be a silent class. So yeah, because I have just worked 3 days in a row, I'm just like super sore. So I really need this, but I'll just record it. So if anyone wants to follow along. Okay. So I'm gonna start back here. The seated position, any comfortable seated position will do. You can sit on your knees, you can sit crisscross applesauce, however is comfortable for you. We'll start by letting the eyelids fall closed. Start to take some slow, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. I don't know if anyone else has been having a crazy day or feeling like a lot's going on. Actually, I know everyone's feeling like a lot's going on. So when we can bring our attention to our breath and trying to mindfully slow it down, especially having a slower, shorter inhalation and a longer exhalation can really decrease the heart rate, bring peace to the sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight. You can put one hand on the chest, feeling the inhale, and one hand on the belly, feeling the exhale. And you kind of feel as you alternate between the two, right? As you inhale, you feel the belly fill, and as you exhale, you feel it come out. Inhale, feel the chest rise a little bit. Exhale, feel it lower a little bit. We'll release our hands down by the sides. You can keep your eyes closed or softly open, whatever you prefer. We'll start to do some neck circles first. So bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, very gently stretching. No need to really tug, but you can lightly place your fingertips towards the top of the ear, right where the ear connects with the scalp, the head here. And then taking your left fingertips, place them by the left-hand side and walk them away from you, feeling a slight pull in the left side of the neck. And you can slowly start to rock a little bit forward and back. My neck is mad tight, like wicked sore on my neck and my low back. So that's what I'm focusing on today. So I'll be able to ambulate well tomorrow. Then you can bring the neck back to the center, release your hands, and bring the right fingertips towards the outside, left fingertips to the right side of the head. Inhale, reach the spine long, and exhale, slowly release towards the left-hand side. Again, you can walk the right fingertips a little bit further away from the body until you can feel a good solid stretch. On every single posture, your inhale, maybe I won't say every single, but most of the time, when we inhale, we are always trying to elongate the spine. And on our exhale, we're deepening our stretch. So same with this. We're inhaling long, exhaling, releasing the ear towards the shoulder on the left-hand side, slowly pulling a little bit with the left hand. Then we can start to rock forward and back. Exhale, release. And bring both hands behind the neck. And very gently tuck the chin towards the chest. I like to turn a little bit from left to right here. Inhale, elongate, and exhale, see if you can get a little bit deeper. Exhale, release the hands. Now that we've warmed up the cervical spine a little bit, we can drop the right ear towards the right shoulder, relax the shoulders away from the ears. And we can slowly start to tilt the head towards the left-hand side. Bring the right ear back towards the right. Left ear towards the left, rolling forward. And now we can roll the neck backward. And you can go at your own pace here, just going from one side to the other. If we have a healthy cervical spine, you can roll in a circle, slowly, and roll back the other way. And then come back to neutral. So from here, lift both your arms straight up towards the sky. So hands up, again, releasing our shoulders. Even when we have our arms lifted, we want to release the shoulders away from the ears. Okay, so inhaling our spine long, but releasing our shoulders down. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, slowly twist your upper body towards the right-hand side. Getting a little bit of a spinal twist. I'm already cracking. Inhale, lift, chest, lift the head towards the sky. And on your exhale, twist towards the left-hand side. Inhaling tall and exhaling, seeing if you can deepen a little bit further into that stretch. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, release. So then we can, however you're sitting, we'll come into a tabletop, which is when your hands are square underneath your shoulders. Easy. And hips are over knees. We can take a couple rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, you can tuck your chin towards the belly. Exhale, tailbone and eyes towards the sky. And take a couple rounds at your own breath. Inhaling in. Exhale, come out. Really, I'd like to over-exaggerate these. The more I can really push my spine up in cat, push towards the sky. Try to make some space between each of your vertebrae. You can roll a little bit front and back if that feels good for you. It does for me. And coming back here, I get a little bit of extra space in my upper back, like in between my shoulders. Exhale. Oh, that felt good. Exhale, eyes towards the sky, tailbone towards the sky. Again, I don't know why. Here too, I like to rock a little back and forth. And then we'll come back to a neutral spine. And then if you'd like to, you can do a little bit of like a dog wag type thing, reaching your head and your buttock towards the same side. Again, on the opposite side. can continue to do that, or you can do a Sufi grind, which is kind of like basically just moving your spine in a whole circle. So you bend your arms and move in a circle that way with your upper body, and your lower half is doing the opposite. So I don't know how best to demo that, but whatever feels good for you here. Take a couple breaths and just continue to work out that spine. I hope you hear me cracking, crazy cracking. Then we'll come back towards a neutral spine. And from here, we'll tuck our toes. Why am I wearing socks? Cray. We'll tuck our toes and just hover the knees off of your mat or carpet, whatever you're doing. Just hover here for a second. Kind of play with rolling back and forward. And then we'll push our hips up and back, coming into a downward dog. So you're grounding down through your thumb and index finger here, reaching the heels towards the floor. Again, hips are coming up and back. Shoulders are released away from the ears. Forearms are shining forward. This is often like a good place to rest, but it's a quite active posture. You can take a minute to pedal out your dog, switching your weight from one foot to the next. Roll out the ankles. And when you're ready, okay, sorry, am I ready? That's the question. Then we'll take a couple steps, slowly inching the feet towards the hands, coming to a forward fold. So just release the torso towards the thighs here as much as you can. I'm a teacher and I practice, and I'm also just like naturally, for whatever reason, just mad flexible. So if this is not accessible, that's 1,000% normal and okay. So whatever you can do. For up here, just reach down. If you are able to and it's comfortable, you can reach your arms behind the legs. You can put your palms, can you see that, underneath your feet? And we'll just hang whatever we're feeling. Kind of shift from side to side. And one of my favorite things about yoga is how it can look so clean and so like routine, but at the same time, it's really beautiful. You can just totally make it your own, right? Like whatever I'm saying, listen or don't, like just do what's right for your body. Try to see if you can elongate the legs. If you do have your hands underneath your feet, kind of play with stretching one leg than the other. Just get in the backs of your arms as well. And then if you had your hands tucked, release them. Inhale, lift halfway, neutral spine. Exhale again, release. And on your inhale, we'll sweep the hands out and up for Tadasana. Exhale, release the hands to the chest and then by your sides. So we'll do a couple rounds, a bit of a sun salutation or flow sequence. It's like one of the bases of like vinyasa. You'll often have a sun salutation or like a flow type series. So we'll start from Tadasana, which is just our neutral standing position. Sweep the hands out and up. Exhale, release towards the floor. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, walk back for plank. Then you can either shift your weight forward, bend the elbows and come to chaturanga, or you can put your knees on the floor. Or you can put your knees on the floor and do the same, right? So whatever modification, whatever comfortability we have. If you are doing this with from plank and doing the traditional chaturanga, shift the weight forward, bend the arms, but tuck the elbows in towards the body. Bend, and you want to have a 90-degree or less angle. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes, and bring the hips again up and back for downward dog. We'll take a few breaths here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Open your mouth, shake your tongue. It's called lion's breath. I feel like it was supposed to be fun, so bear with me. That's how I like to teach. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale, shake it all out. And then when you're ready, you can step, hop, however you want. If you hop, bend the knees, and then lightly bring your toes towards your hands. And come to a forward fold. So it happens when you talk while jumping. Now I know. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll do the same kind of thing again, but we're going to build on it now. So inhale, lift the hands towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and walk or hop back for plank. And whichever you prefer, chaturanga or the modification, bringing the knees towards the floor. Shifting forward. If you're in chaturanga, bend the elbows. And then lift the chest for upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes and come up for downward dog. Again, you can pedal out the feet here. Roll some ankles. Grounding down through the thumb and index finger, releasing the shoulders away from the ears. And now to build on, we're going to do a little bit of some hip openers. Keep your right foot planted on the right hand side. Bring your left foot up and back. So the left heel, we're not twisting it towards the right hand side, right? We're keeping so far a neutral opening, neutral position. So lift that heel straight towards the sky, toes pointed down. Reach, 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 reach. Might not be comfortable today, but the more that you do it, it'll become more comfortable. And then you can flip that heel of the left foot towards the right armpit. Looking underneath the right armpit. See if you can say hi, heel. Hey, I see you. Inhale back to neutral. And then we'll bring the left knee towards the chest, planting it in between the hands here. Coming in a low lunge. Man, it's hard to make sure you can see things. This little tiny space. Maybe this is easier, eh? So, from the low lunge. You can either put your back knee down, or if you want something more active, keep it up, keep it lifted. And then can reach up for crescent. So, what was I thinking? Cactus arms. So from that lunge, feeling that stretch through the chest. Take another breath or so here on your own pace. And then you can bring the hands back to frame the foot. Walk the left foot out a little bit towards the left-hand side and bring your left arm on the inside. So now your foot is outside of your shoulders. And again, you can either bring the back knee down if you are feeling challenged enough. If you want more of a challenge, keep these little toes still tucked and walk the left-hand foot out. Regardless, we're going to walk the foot out, open towards the knife edge side of the left-hand foot, or the left foot, and start to open up that left hip. You can stay on your hands, or we can come to forearms. You can shift your weight forward and back, or a little from side to side. Just works different parts of that hip. Another breath or two here. If you're on your forearms, come back to hands. Bring the left hand on the outside of the left foot. If your knee wasn't already, put it on the floor. And we'll start to bring the heels back towards the right heel. So reaching those hips back. I'm going to stretch the left side, the hamstring on the left-hand side. So you can kind of practice your balance here. See if we can hold steady. And then try to elongate your spine here. Again, reaching tall, but relaxing shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling there. And on your exhale, start to fold forward. Working that left hamstring here. Again, you can I like to twist a little bit from side to side. Sometimes you can realize oh, this part is actually mad tight over here. I kind of want to just camp here for a minute. And then other times you're I guess for me personally, neutral doesn't feel like a ton here, but if I kind of play with it, it can start to get a little of your inner hip, or get some of your different muscles incorporated. If you want to, you can take your right hand, reach towards the outside of the left foot, or you can obviously always come into full split if that's accessible. If you have a block, or you can kind of stay up on your hands, as I've been doing lately because I'm a little tighter than normal. When you're ready, come back up and bring the left foot back into that low lunge position. From here, we'll bring the left foot back to meet the right in plank, and then push just back to downward dog. So do the same thing on the opposite side. Lift that right heel up towards the sky, toes stay pointed down. Grounding through your thumb and index fingers, still in downward dog. Reach, 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 reach. See if we can bring that heel just a little bit higher, while also grounding the left heel towards the floor. check in with your breath. If you set an intention for your practice, is that still in mind? Open our dog, bringing the left heel towards the left armpit. Roll it a few times. See if you see it through your armpit. And then we'll bring the right knee towards the chest. Hover here for a moment. And then plant the foot in between the hands. We'll come up on our lunge with cactus arms. Ooh, that feels so good. Let's do a couple of these. Kind of doing like a rotation. Come into cactus. Sweep the arms up and out in front of you to cactus. One more time, sweep out. Sorry, my battery is dying, so I guess we don't have a lot more time. Then we'll come back to frame the foot with our hands. Bring the right hand inside and the right foot further out. And then whatever you did on the opposite side is likely where we are on this side. So just open on that knife edge side, the outer side of the right foot. You can stay on forearms or, stay on hands or come to forearms. Play with shifting from side to side. Come back up to hands, bring the foot back towards the center of the body. Release the left knee towards the floor and start to work that right hamstring by flexing the toes towards the sky. Inhaling our spine long, and on our exhale, reach towards the right leg. You can swivel. You can take the left hand towards the outside of the right foot. You can do work with your split. However we want to do to kind of work this hamstring here. Wish I had a charger. Oh well. Oh, it feels really good. Like in a bad way, but like a good way, you know? Hope you feel that too. When you're ready, bring the right foot back in towards the body. Plant your hands and bring the right foot up and back to three-legged dog, and then bring it to downward dog. So from here, you can either take a flow or stay in downward dog. If you're taking a flow, I'm just meaning to come back to plank, chaturanga, upward dog, and then back to downward dog, a little half flow. And then we'll walk or hop the feet back to the hands. Everybody? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands out and up. Maybe a little back bend. And then bring the hands to the chest and release. Next, we'll sweep the hands out and up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Walk or hop back for plank. We'll meet in downward dog. From here, we'll again kick the left heel up towards the sky. Keeping the toes pointed down, reach the right heel towards the floor. Bring the left knee towards the left tricep, so towards that side of the body. Right heel back up to three-legged dog. Left leg towards the right hand side, opposite side of our body. Left leg back out and up. And then inhale, bring knee to nose. Plant the left foot inside of the hands. So from here, we'll spin the right foot back and down. Spin the right arm up and back in warrior two. So from here, we're spinning the left thigh out. Right leg is engaged. We're grounding down through the outside edge of that right foot. You feel power of rooting your feet down. Feel the energy coursing through as we shoot it out and up through the tricep. Sorry, through the torso. So we're through the crown of your head, and as well as out through your fingertips, right? So we feel energy through the whole body. If you are having trouble with your arms, you can bring them out, palm up, and that's how your shoulders should be. And then just bring the palms in to face down. We want to have, if we can, a 90-degree angle here, knee over the ankle. And from here, we'll bring the left forearm towards the thigh. Bring the back arm out in front of you for a side angle. Come back to warrior two. On your exhale, come to a reverse warrior, bringing the back arm either towards the back leg or around you for a bind. Front arm is now behind. Inhale back to warrior two. And from here, we'll straighten the left leg, maybe shorten the stance a little bit. Shift the weight forward, hips back, and release down for triangle. You always have the option to bind in many of these postures. So for example, here, you can bind. However, the goal is not to bind. The goal is to get a good healthy stretch. You want to be able to elongate the torso and spin up towards the sky. So for example, like I can do this, it's not super hard, but I'm jeopardizing a lot of my form of my posture to do so. So it doesn't make sense for me. In fact, if I had a block, this would probably be more ideal because I can elongate my spine better here. Bend the left knee, come back up for warrior two. Exhale, bring the palms back down to frame the left foot, spin the right heel up, and then kick the left foot back up towards the sky for three-legged dog. And if you want to come into wild thing, you can. So that's when we open our hip like we've been doing, but then drop the right heel, or the left heel, excuse me, towards the right hand side and spin the face up towards the sky. You can come back to three-legged dog, back to downward dog. Pedal out for a moment. Scoop the right heel up towards the sky. Then we'll bring the right knee to right tricep. Three-legged dog. Right knee to left tricep. Three-legged dog. Right knee to nose. Right foot in between the hands. And we'll spin the left foot back. Heel to heel alignment. Inhale, lift to warrior two. Same thing, different side. Spinning the right femur, what's that other word? Thigh towards your, spinning it open towards your right side. Releasing the tailbone down towards the floor. We don't want to be shifting too far in the future, shifting far in the past, but try to have a neutral torso over your legs here, as we do again with our arms. On your inhale, come to side angle. Feel that lengthening from the whole, grounding through the left foot all the way through the left arm. Very little weight here. In fact, you don't need any weight at all. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale back for warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Hips reach back as the arms reach forward. And relax down for triangle. Inhale, come up, and then we'll bring the hands back to frame the right foot in a low lunge, bringing the left toes up, and then kick the right foot back up for a three-legged dog. Again, if you want to do wild thing with me, bring the left heel towards the left armpit, reach, and then slowly bring the weight onto the left foot, and you can flip open. When you're ready, start to bring the weight back in the left foot and reach it with the right hand. Come back for three-legged dog, and then release. Pedal, roll your ankles. You can come into a child's pose for a moment if you need to. So, child's pose, we're reaching the hips. You can have your knees together in traditional child's pose, or I kind of prefer the wide seated child's pose. But then you'll bring your hips back towards the heels while you walk the arms out forward in front of you. Another breath here. And then you can walk the hands back towards the body, come to sitting on your feet. So let's do some pigeon. So we'll bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, and kick back for, bring the hips up and back for downward dog. Reach that left heel up towards the sky again. This time we'll bring the left knee again towards the left-hand side of the body, but bring the right foot towards the right-hand side of the body. And you can bring the right leg, shuffle it back. So now this posture can be quite challenging if there's lots of ways to modify and make it more accessible. We can put a pillow between your hip and the floor, or a blanket, jackets, pillow, whatever. If you need, you can also pull your heel closer to the body, makes it a little more accessible. You just don't want to be sitting flopped open. You want to be having a more like neutral position in your hips. So from here, you should be able to balance. And then elongate on your inhale. On your exhale, fold forward. Walk the hands out in front of you. Again, whatever is accessible. If you want to stay here, up on your hands, or you can just try to reach your chest towards the floor. This posture can be, I appreciate it a lot because it can be quite uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be painful. So if something's ever painful, then back down. You're probably not where you wanted to be. However, if it's uncomfortable, try to see if you can channel your breath into that. So for example, in this posture, right now your hip is maybe starting to feel hotter, starting to feel, your mind is focused on like, get me out of here. This is not fun. I do not like this. Try to stop fidgeting. Try to stay still. On your inhale, breathe in good positive energy. And on your exhale, direct that energy towards that hip and say, this is not like maybe the most comfortable thing, but
it feels good, and it feels good in the way that I know I'm doing something good for my body. Again, if it's painful, then chill back down. But try to take 3 more breaths in this posture without moving. Try to take 3 slow inhales through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And then we'll walk the hands back up towards the body. If you'd like to, you can kick the back foot towards the right hand, getting a little bit of a quad stretch. If you want to be in a bind, you can grab the hands here. Try to see if you can grab the left toes with the left hand too. King pigeon. And then release your leg. Plant the hands, plant the right toes, and bring the left heel back and up for 3-legged dog. You can kind of work that hip out, take a couple circles, and then bring the left foot back down to meet the right. We'll lift the right heel up and back. Right knee towards the right tricep. Left foot towards the left foot. We'll come to pigeon on this side. Again, we want to not be flopped one side or the other, but having a neutral position here. Check your back leg, make sure it's in line. It's in line. Bring your leg, not parallel or wherever is comfortable with you. Take a breath here. And on your inhale, start to walk your hands forward. And relax. Relax into this posture. So I didn't get to mention this in the beginning, but typically the most common breathing technique that you'll be instructed in yoga is the Ujjayi pranayama. Ujjayi breath is when we inhale through our nose, and when we exhale, we have our mouth closed. You're almost making like this ocean wave sound with the back of our throat, right? So it'll sound like, it's like we're fogging a mirror. And you can do it with your mouth open, you can do it with your mouth closed, but typically you'll do it with our mouth closed. So you'll kind of feel that engagement in the back of the throat on our exhale. So again, we'll take a couple more of whatever breaths we've been doing, whatever breath is comfortable for you. Again, trying to channel or exhale that positive light of energy towards that right hip. And then when you're ready, you can slowly start to walk the hands back towards the body, coming to more of a seated position. Bring the left foot into the left hand for a quad stretch. Maybe see if we can bind. I don't think I'm as flexible on this side. Yeah, it's harder for me. But I do like that quad stretch. Whew. On your exhale, release. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, and bring the right heel back up for 3-legged dog. And again, I need more space. Again, you can do some hip circles here. And then we'll bring the right heel back down to meet the left. Again, some ankle circles, and then bring the knees towards the floor. You can come to a upward seated position. And let's kick our feet out in front of us for like a Dandasana type position. So legs are flat on the floor. From here, let's bring our right foot up and towards the left-hand side of the body. Keep that foot firmly planted. You want to try to have all four corners touching the ground. And then bring the left leg can stay straight, or you can bring the left heel towards the right buttock. Just make sure that the tailbone is, so basically pull the flesh out and make sure that our tailbone's rooted towards the floor evenly. So from here, you can lift the arms up overhead as we did earlier, and exhale, twist towards the right hand side. Walk the back arm a little bit further. Again, on our inhale, see if we can elongate and try to deepen our twist on our exhale. The front arm can be straight, it can be bent to get a little bit more of a twist, or you can reach through for a bind. On your next exhale, release your bind, or release however we have. Inhale to lift, inhale and lift the arms up. Exhale, reach towards the left-hand side for a bit of a counter twist. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, release. So we're going to switch sides, which I personally think this way is more fun. It's a little confusing at first, but you'll ground through both of the feet. So press up with the feet and then untwist your legs. Come full circle, so continue to spin to your left, and you'll come into the same position on the opposite side. So now, if you didn't follow that spinning spin, totally understand. I just think it's fun to teach and probably funny to watch. But if we didn't make it there like that, start with your legs forward and bring your now I'm doing it wrong. Your left foot on the outside of your right thigh, right heel toward the left buttock, grounding down through that right foot on all four corners. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, twist towards the left hand side. Try to walk that back hand out a little bit further if we can. And again, the front arm can be straight, bent, bind. Whatever we're doing, try to just do it on the same on both sides if possible. On your inhale, elongate, and then on our exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Release whatever we have, and on our inhale, come out and up. Exhale, counter twist. Inhale, lift your arms, and exhale, release them down towards the sides. We'll release our legs, kind of kick them out a little bit. From here, we can do some postures on our back. We're doing mostly nothing super hard today. Like I said, it's been a long day, been a long week. Come to lying on your back. Try to just think about how much you can see of this. I digress. So first, let's do a happy baby. So reach the feet up, grab, reach your arms from the center, but grab the outsides of your feet. And start to pull the knees towards the armpits. This can get, it's like a nice hip stretch, but also you want to play with elongating one leg and then the other. I just feel like it stretches a different part
of my hamstring and my glutes that I just can't always get other places. And it's just really fun. I mean, you can kind of like if you have a neighbor, you can high five your neighbor with your foot. You can like play with pumping them. I don't know. It's just a fun place to be. I think that's why babies do this a lot. Your next inhale, release your little feet, bring them back up together. And let's bring your left leg down towards the floor. Right leg can come across to the left-hand side, reaching your right arm out towards the right-hand side. Keep that right shoulder grounded down. So however far the right leg can come across the body, cool, but just keep your right shoulder grounded. Inhale, bring the leg back up to neutral. And then bring the right leg towards the right-hand side of the body. If you have a strap, then you can be holding that around the arc of the foot, or you can hold the thigh or the, why am I blanking my words right now? Whichever part of the leg you want to grab, you just grab it. This time though, you can tilt the foot in kind of abduct it away from the body. And then inhale, lift, come back to a neutrally rotated position and bring the left leg up to meet the right. Release the right leg down. And I'll do the same thing on this side. So with a neutrally rotated hip, bring the left leg across the body while reaching the left arm towards the left-hand side. Inhale, left leg back up to neutral. Externally rotate, and then bring the left leg towards the left-hand side of the body. Left leg can come back up, release it down, and then whatever else you might want to do, if you want to end in legs up the wall or like waterfall position instead of Shavasana. That's just basically if you were to have a wall nearby, then you put your legs up the wall. So that's a nice posture to be in before bed. Or if there's any other position you'd like to be in before coming to your final resting pose of Shavasana. Obviously it's a video, so no one knows. Take your time to get there. And we'll lay in Shavasana for just a few minutes. So it's funny because sometimes I feel like I have a game plan before doing before my practice, and then when I'm in it, I'm like just in a zone. So it's kind of cool. I feel like the more that you get to practice, the more you can listen to your body. And yeah, I think that's a challenging thing to learn. It's like how to give your body what it needs. So as we're laying here, even though oftentimes in life things are constantly running, try in this moment to let your body have a moment to rest. And that's not Netflix, that's not sleep, but mentally having a moment to intentionally rest. So let our body relax, melt into your mat, into the floor. Try to relax each part of the body. So start at the head, making sure there's no tension through the eyebrows. Relax the eyes, relax the lips, let the jaw fall open. Melt the shoulders away from the ears. Feel the arms let go, holding no tension. Take note of your heart, your lungs, your belly. Relaxing your abdomen and your pelvis and your hips. Releasing any tension anywhere in your legs. Letting the feet fall open to the sides. Imagine I'm offering you a lavender pillow. Doing some Shavasana adjustments, releasing your legs and arms, swinging them, melting them back into the floor. Offering a little bit more length in the extremities. Or a bit of a neck massage up to the bottom of the skull. And releasing through your forehead. If you had an intention for your practice, maybe taking a moment to think if you got to achieve that, if you were able to keep that in mind throughout your practice. And when you're ready, you can start to relive, come awake, and wiggle our fingers, wiggle your toes, wiggle the ankles, very steadily starting to bring life back into the body, bringing awareness back into the senses. Starting to deepen the breath once more. I like to inhale my arms up overhead and reaching for a total body stretch, reaching the toes away, arms away. Maybe stretching from side to side. We'll come to a comfortable position on either your left or your right side, in a fetal type posture. And then on your own time, again, very slowly come up to a seated position. You can be in any comfortable seated position that you'd like. And I want to thank whoever took an hour to watch this, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I needed it, so I appreciate whoever wanted to join me. But I hope that everyone is doing well with wherever you're at. I love you. I miss you all. And thank you for joining me in this. And hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste. Which means the light in me honors the light that is within you. Thank you.